Hi everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome guys. I am here today for a friend mail card opening and then also to have a little chit chat with you guys. I have not been on in quite a while face to face and I have missed doing this, so I'm glad I'm taking this moment to connect with everyone. Happy Friday, guys. This is Crazy Callan Vlogs. This is actually my secondary channel that I created from being on my main channel, which is Crazy Days of Callan, where I haul from the Dollar Tree for you guys on Saturdays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. And then because I just gained so many wonderful, wonderful people in my days and, all these wonderful friendships, I decided to make Crazy Callan vlogs so that I could sit with you guys, hang out with everyone, just show you my day-to-day life, the things that I enjoy doing, talk to you guys more in depth about myself so you can get to know me a little bit deeper, and also to just, even possibly haul things that I find outside of the Dollar Tree over here and just have like a friendship channel so that I can be with you guys a little bit more and in a more relaxed fashion. So that's what we do over here. And so I have some cards today that I want to show you. I've received so much mail, and I appreciate everyone. All the Easter cards, everything I already opened up with you guys on I think several weeks ago I did a friend mail opening and had already received so many wonderful Easter cards. Thank you guys, every single one of you, whether you're just here sitting with me, connecting with me, and just, having time with me through the video, or, we go a little bit deeper. We send each other back and forth some pen pal mail, cards in the mail, and all of you wonderful, lovely people that, occasionally send boxes and stuff that are just so well loved and appreciated for anybody's time, effort, or anything that you put into getting to know me or being a part of my life. So that is what I value it so much for any reason that you are with me in your days as well. So, now, I want to show you guys, I got this beautiful, beautiful card right here from my wonderful friend Angie. It made my heart so happy. There is a magnet inside. So I thought that that was the cutest thing. She wrote me a beautiful little message that I've read. Thank you. That brightened my day and made me smile so much. Angie is a love, as well as all of you are. This beautiful card from my friend Linda. I love it. Those two puppies made me extra happy. There is a beautiful letter inside, some stickers, and I really just absolutely worshipped that card. It put a big smile on my face. Everybody's envelopes had stickers all over them and everything that makes me like so excited and so happy. And then this card right here that came from my friend Julie. She was not feeling so well. She sends back and forth some pen pal mail with me, and she sent a card just to let me know she's feeling a little bit better. So I'm so happy to hear that. And I will be writing you back. It's been so hectic and so busy, as all of us know, with like the holiday. And then just day to day is so active. It's just so active with daily needs, necessary things getting done, to-do lists, responsibilities, and just schedules. So we are doing the best we can over here. And I know you guys are too. Then I got this beautiful, beautiful card from my wonderful friend Caitlin that just makes my heart so happy. And all of you wonderful people I was able to connect with from my YouTube journey here between the two channels. I'm just so thrilled by it. It makes my heart so blessed. Then right here from my friend Baby Girl. That is her name that she goes by on YouTube. This was such a beautiful, gorgeous Easter egg wreath. There's a wonderful message inside with some stickers, and I love it so much. She is such a sweetheart. She takes such good care of her mom. I value the time that she spends with me because she's so busy always taking care of her mom. And I really think that that's wonderful because, we have to be there for each other in all ways, especially family. So it's just, that's so wonderful to me to know that she takes care of her mom. And then this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous card right here also has a gorgeous message inside from my wonderful Carol. And I love that camper up there being towed by the little bug car. It's just made me so happy when I saw it. So thank you, my beautiful, wonderful friend. Then this little beauty right here with that Easter bunny and the egg. And this one is from Linda and family. Such a beautiful, special little card. I've told you guys so many times before, I have YouTube memory bins, and I keep everybody's cards in an envelope, cards and letters in one, envelopes in the other, so that I can return thank you cards or write back to people. So I keep your addresses all in one spot. And I even keep the boxes with stickers on it. I cut the box apart and kind of like package it up so that it's all together with all the beautiful stickers that were on the packages. It just means so much to me that you guys put effort into connecting with me, and I just want to keep it and make it special always to look through. So I do that. And then this beautiful card right here, I love it. It was a nice, beautiful, long message in there from my friend Diane, and she has a wonderful granddaughter named Jenny. That Jenny is just such a sweetie too, Diana. Diane and Jenny just are just wonderful, wonderful people. And I hope to get to meet and see you guys, at some point in my life in person. I feel like I know so many of you so personally. And, we don't even get to see each other face to face. Everybody's just kind of here, there, and everywhere, but in hopes that someday I can hop in my car or camper or something like that and just travel around from state to state and hopefully, meet up with everybody and have a moment to see each other in person and give huge hugs. And then these wonderful letters that I have received and read from my wonderful friend Julie also, that I will be getting back to. So thank you guys, every single one of you, for all of it. I love you. I think you're incredible human beings. You've brought so much love, positivity, support, and friendship, and just wonderful, wonderful connections that I just really, really appreciate so much. I've told you guys 100 times before. I lived a very, very full, active social life for like my childhood. I had an enormous family, even though I didn't have siblings. And, but my cousins were like my siblings, my cousin Alicia and my cousin Den, my cousin Jessica, my cousin Adam, Brett, and Emma. And, later on in life, my cousin Emily, and just everybody, we were always together as kids growing up. And Alicia and Den lived in my household. So it was like having two siblings all the time. Den was my older boy cousin that I just looked up to so much, and we had such a great bond together, and we always had a blast, through summer vacations and, holiday vacations, and every weekend sleepovers and going to amusement parks all summer long, and just, hanging out in the neighborhood and doing everything together as we grew up. And my little cousin Alicia, that was 6 years younger than me, she really lived in my household on and off throughout my whole entire upbringing, and she was like really like my blood sister to me. So, and she still is. So that's what I had. And so in my aunts, uncles, grandparents, great grandparents, and my family's friends that were like, aunts and uncles to me that weren't blood related, but were always there. I think a lot of us that are like 40 and up had a more in-depth, community with family as we were growing up. And I find it that, even raising my son, it was a very different experience. It trickled down to it just being me, my ex-husband at the time. Then once he was gone years later, then me and Richie, my mom, my dad, and Isaiah. with friends and things like that, intermingled their kids that grew up like his cousins and what have you. But as we were coming into like his 10 plus years, that very much dwindled down. Everybody started doing their own thing and becoming busy. And I always did as much as I could to try to keep everybody together as much as I could by entertaining for the holidays, and also like having all kinds of functions at my house in the yard over the summertime, doing cookouts and hula parties and just block parties that I would put on, and my whole neighborhood would come with all the kids and my neighbors all around the area. And I did that for 9.5 years that I lived in the apartment that I got once I had left my ex-husband and transitioned to being a single parent with my son before Richie was even around. So after we were in our own place, when Isaiah was roughly a little over 5.5 years old, I always tried to keep everybody together multiple times a year by putting on events to keep everybody interacting with one another. And as the years have gone on, things have dissipated and people have kind of become busier and what have you. So outside of, my little bubble that I see on a regular basis, which is my son, now his girlfriend, my husband, Richie, my mom, my dad from time to time. It's just us. And so you guys are such a big part of our life, our household, our fabric of like our everyday and what's going on around here. I make videos, I connect with you guys through the comments, then I connect with you guys through, emails and messages on other social media platforms. And then, so many of us have gained such really, really close relationships on the phone communication, meeting each other in person for those of us that are within a couple of hours of a drive, and seeing each other periodically because we can get to each other rather quickly. And so you guys have just become a part of things around here. I talk about you. My son knows a lot of everybody's names and he asks, like, have you talked to this one today? And how are they? It's so amazing to me. It really is amazing to me that I have this family on the other side of the screen that I get to be a part of. And I thank you for wanting to be a part of us also. I value my relationships. A lot of relationships that have kind of, just moved on. And it's not a bad thing. A lot of us have become busy with other things that have taken us apart in different directions. We grow into ourselves, we change, we evolve. I've never been the same person in every chapter of my life. I grow, I learn new things, I want different things for myself, my goals, my aspirations, the things that I work toward. And, so does everybody else. And, we change views on things. And it just, if you're not growing together, you're growing apart. And so everybody that I have lost touch with, I still love them. I still love them and I think about them and I wish them well. And when I run into them, it's a happy moment. But it just was, our season was over. Our season was over. And there are a couple of relationships that, friendship wise, did, break apart because it was necessary, because we weren't fitting together like we did in the other chapters of our life. And again, I still wish them well. I still love them, love the kids now that they're all grown up. And my son gets really excited when he sees several of them out and about now that they're adults and meeting up with each other out in the world. So I think we all experience something like this. And I look back on my memories very fondly, but I am extra excited to make new memories and to now move on to other parts of my life where I have really wonderful people that are involved in it and involved with my family. So it just makes me excited. I love to evolve. I love to, just see where the world is going to take me, and the things that I enjoy doing change all the time. And I just like different experiences. I can't wait to travel more. I actually have a trip coming up. We had been thinking about it since probably like November, I would say, and hadn't locked down any permanent ideas or, plans just yet. But in a couple of weeks now, we really went over it last night when my husband got home, and he rearranged some things so that we could take a long weekend, and we're going to head down to Pennsylvania, Maryland, and then, excuse me, I hiccuped. And then on the way back, we're going to go to New York. And I plan on meeting up with three different people along that trip for that long weekend. So that is about a 7.5 hour drive, the route that we take. So it will be so nice for us. And my love is to spend time with my husband. We spend so many hours apart. He's always been a very driven man that is very work oriented. He's hard driving. He's very, very hyper focused on being a provider. From the minute I met him, he tried to provide for us. And I will tell you this story. This wasn't even intentional. I didn't think I was going to tell you this, but I will tell you this. So, when I first started dating Richie and we were starting to come around each other's like personal places, he had his own place, I had my own place, and he started to come over and hang out with Isaiah in my domain and stuff. The first thing that he noticed was that I had a really small TV. I had a really, really small TV that was kind of like outdated. It still worked. I am the least materialistic person I think that I've ever known and I've ever met. Most of the things in my house come from finding things for free, comes from thrift stores, comes from the Dollar Tree 100%. And so a lot of my life is spent on being frugal so that I can spend money when it's time for us to enjoy time together, when we go out on day trips, vacations, time for us to go on dates or what have you. That's what I like to sink money into outside of paying bills, because I really, really like paying bills. That's another part of me that is kind of quirky and funny, but I love paying bills. There's something so satisfying about it. And I think it is because for a lot of my 20s, we struggled so bad financially, my ex-husband and I, that last 6 years of our 11 years together. That last 6 years was so dire financially because of things that went on. That paying bills to me is it's just a blessing now. And I hold that to a really high priority. Every paycheck, it's responsibilities first, and then taking care of everything else miscellaneous after that, and budgeting out the rest once the bills are taken care of. So my husband Richie, so when he had come over, I had my TV that was, to me, it was like normal size. I think it was like a 20 inch. It could a 19 inch. It was a 19 inch. Yes, it was. And it was like older model. It wasn't a flat screen or anything like that. I watched TV on it perfectly fine. But my husband, that was then my just like starting to get into like a relationship guy, was over, and he was like, "Is that your only TV?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "That's your only TV in this house. You don't have a TV in your room or anything." No, why? What's wrong with my TV? And he was like, "Oh," he was like, "You can see like the screen is a little fuzzy." He was like, "You don't want a new TV?" And I said, "No, I have no need for it. I've had that TV for like probably well over 10 years. It's perfectly fine to me, and I like my TV. What's the problem with the TV?" So he didn't. He was like, "Nothing, nothing. It's fine. I haven't seen a TV like that in quite a while." So I said, I let the TV thing go, but I was like looking at my TV feeling bad for it, that it was being judged. So after that night, the first holiday that came up when we were together was Christmas, and that was only a couple months later. And he came to my house. He came to my house with a, what was it? A 60-inch? 60, 75? I don't know. But it was one of the ones that you would think you were in a drive-in movie theater with. Now, mind you, in other vlogs that I have posted in the last like couple of months, I can't remember which one, but I have let you guys know, like my apartment that I got and could afford on my own when I was a single mom to Isaiah before Richie was part of our, family dynamic, was a 1 bedroom. That's what I had with my son for 9.5 years, and that I insisted on living in because I knew I could control it. Even when Isaiah, and Richie and I were together as a family, I built us a separate bedroom once he was really in the house, and he wanted to get a home immediately once we were committed to one another, and I told him no, because my fear still was that if this doesn't work out, I don't want to have to uproot again. I feel comfortable, happy, and safe here, and so does my son. And if Richie and I aren't going to be something that lasts, you know, I want to be able to sustain myself and my son and not start over like I did when I left my ex-husband. So Richie had a really hard time with that, and he was really like, "Oh my goodness, there's no way we're going to make this work." But you know what? I'm bound and determined person, and I made it work. I built an extra bedroom, with his help, of course. In the apartment, thankfully, my landlords were bosses of mine for like 8 years that owned the building, and they let us do whatever they wanted in that apartment. And I always had that apartment completely adorable and so cute. Isaiah always had a beautiful bedroom, and our room that we fixed up and made, off of the living room was perfectly fine, lovely. That it was just a wonderful, wonderful 9.5 years in that apartment. And I still consider that very much, even though I didn't own it, I consider it my home. That was such a wonderful 9.5 years there. So anyhow, I keep getting sidetracked. Richie showed up with this massive TV. Okay. We had a decent enough space for it, but there was no way on this earth that I was putting that drive-in movie theater TV in my living room with all my pretty decorations. So I didn't want to be horrifyingly rude or anything. And we had only been together for a couple of months, but he showed up with the biggest box I've ever seen in my entire life, lugged it in the door. This was before he was living with us, of course, and we still had separate places. And so he came in with this box, and I was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "Surprise, Merry Christmas. I got you I think it was 73-inch. I mean, it was gigungous." So I was like completely horrified, but still trying to like get my bearings on how I'm going to handle this, because there's no way that I want this TV. No idea if, Richie and I, now only 3 months into this, are going to be together forever. And I don't want the TV. So luckily for me, and we still laugh about it now, inside of that TV box, which was as heavy as a TV is supposed to be at that size, Richie broke open this box and started to unpackage it. So excited. I still was acting extremely grateful, not knowing how I was going to get out of this situation. And he went ahead and started opening this box and unpackaging it. And let me tell you something. I had somebody watching out for me, because inside of this box, as terrible as this is, somebody, whoever it was, had stolen the television out of the box. So inside of this box was a massive wood plank. It was a heavy, massive wood plank that took up the whole entire box structure, so it felt like a real TV inside of it. And it was wood. It was a piece of wood. You can even ask Richie, hand to God. I swear to you, I'm telling you the truth. The TV was not even in there. Richie had a fit. He literally had a fit. I thought he was like going to pass out. I think he had said he was so embarrassed on top of it for whatever reason. I don't know why he would be embarrassed because it's obviously not his fault that this happened. And he was so mortified and he was so angry. He went outside for a walk. He went to go for a walk, and I'm staring at this box, this wood plank, and I'm like, what am I going to do about this whole entire situation? So he comes back in like 15, 20 minutes later, something like that. And he's like, I'm taking it back. I'm getting my money back. I'm going to bring you a new TV. And I just said at that moment, thank you so much for doing that for us. Thank you so much for wanting us to have something better, that was, better quality, whatever I said at that point. And I said, I really appreciate your thoughtfulness and, your hard work that you went and got this and brought it all the way here. And I feel terrible, but don't worry about it. Just go make the report, get your money back, and we're going to just say Merry Christmas. Like, let's just say Merry Christmas to one another. And he was like, no, no way. Getting you a TV. That was my whole point to this. I want you guys to have better stuff. And I don't want you to have to spend your money, but you deserve a nice TV when you're home relaxing and whatever. And I just said, eventually I will get a bigger TV. But maybe not that size, but I will get a bigger TV. We'll just see where it goes. Right now, I'm okay. Go fix, this situation. And I really, really love and appreciate your heart in this. And so that's where we left it. And I never had to get that 73-inch TV ever again. But his heart has always been to provide and to work really hard. And even if you ask my husband now what he wants, I asked him this actually over the weekend when we had a date day, when we were riding, because we get really, just talking to each other about like our goals, our dreams, our hopes, our fears, things, we just try to get as much communication as possible because we spend so many hours apart with one another. And I said to him, what is it that you want? And I've asked him this, throughout time of our whole relationship, and all he ever says is, I want coffee. I need coffee. I need coffee if I'm gonna, do this every day. And he was like, and I need you. I need you and Isaiah to be happy and taken care of. And that is all I care about. I want you to never have to worry about anything ever. And that's something that he promised me right when we got together because I was so skeptical. I really, really gave Richie such a hard time. And he was so dedicated to us from the minute that he met us. I swear to you, it was like love at first sight. And he wanted to just do everything for us that he could, even in the first couple of months. And I was so skeptical about getting into another relationship. And all he ever did was continue to tell me, I am not going to be anything you expect me to be. I know what you've been through, but you know what? You're not going to experience it with me. And I'm not just going to say the words, I'm going to prove it to you. And he's literally consistently told me that throughout time as we've gone through things, his sickness and everything else. He always tells me everything is going to be okay. And I've got you. You never have to worry about anything, you or Isaiah. And he's proved that time and time again for the last 13 years. This October will be 13 years for him and I. And I am so grateful for my husband. He is my best friend. He is just such an amazing, amazing man. And I wish you all could meet him in person, honest to goodness, because he's just a pleasure. He's just a wonderful human being. And I really, really honor and value him, respect him, and hold him on a very high pedestal as he does me for sure. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. So even though we have a very small situation over here, it is with a lot of heart and a lot of love that this family exists in this household. And with you guys as well, we pour our love and support and everything else into this right back to you guys. So thank you so much for being here with all of us. And I hope that you guys have the most wonderful weekend. I will see you guys over on Crazy Days of Callan tomorrow, bright and early, for Happy Saturday Dollar Tree Haul. I love doing it with you guys, and I'm so completely and utterly grateful and thankful that I am able to do it with everyone over there to haul from the Dollar Tree 3 days a week. I'm so, so thankful for that because it's just so much fun. I feel like I'm shopping with friends and it's just the best time. So thank you if you are there also. And I will see you guys soon. Hopefully, we have that trip coming up, and I'll definitely vlog for you guys as we go on our trip. And I can't wait to just spend more and more time with everybody as much as I can. So, you guys go have the most beautiful weekend, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye, everyone.